Hello, my name is Katrina, and I'm a thriftaholic. I'm about to be real with all of you, and I'm sure many of you can relate. But this is our spare bedroom. This is not my craft room. This is my spare bedroom. If we were to have guests come over, which we usually don't, they would have no place to sleep. Oh, and not to mention, there's bins of stuff there. And it's time to get it organized. Oh, that's not counting what's in the other room as well. Let me show you something. This is walking into my craft room. There's 3 bags of clothes that I just brought home from the thrift haul. This at one point was organized. It's still semi-organized, but that's a bin of boho bits and bobs. That's a bin of fabric. That's a bin of fabric. That's a basket of fur. There's a bag of scraps. There are 2 towers full of craft items. Craft items on top. There's some things in that drawer, but most of it's like craft jewelry and then packing materials. There's stuff under the desk. That's my trash. This is current project. But wait. But wait. Yes, there's more hidden under the desk. There's 2 bins of stuff in that corner. Jewelry, dye, more jewelry. Shoes that I need to get rid of. A rack of clothes that haven't sold. A spiral rack with purses and belts that need to go. And another rack of shoes. By the way, there's 2 racks of shoes back there. So how did I get here? I really don't know. And honestly, I'm a little ashamed. But we're going to fix it. So had a conversation last night with Austin, and he asked if I had some type of shelving in the spare room. Would I be able to get all that stuff up off the floor? I said, absolutely. That would be great because we could go up the wall instead of it being all over the floor and all over the bed and all over the floor in here. So we discussed it, and I told him what I wanted was a cube shelving unit, like at Ikea. And he didn't think that was a good idea, and I had to tell him otherwise. I said, you can't have shelves with like long shelves because the weight from the fabric will make the shelves bow, and we don't want that. So the cube ones are better because they're smaller and they're all supported. Well, he told me, get on Ikea, find whatever you need. That's what I'll get you for Christmas. Does he know who he's talking to? Does he have any idea who he's talking to? The secondhand thrift goddess of the household. So I got on Facebook Marketplace and was finding all kinds of Ikea cube shelving. And I found a 5 cube by 5 cube, 6 feet wide, 6 feet tall, 25 cube storage unit from Ikea that is normally $250 for $100. Yay! And so after work, I left work a little bit early because I had to meet the guy by a certain time. Fast forward, I get home from work, I pick him up, I run in the house, I grab some money, we jump in the truck and we head to the area and we go to the guy's house. He already had it torn down, taken apart for us and helped us load it in. And now we have brought it home. So my next step is to try to pull everything out of that room. There is a bench, a very nice metal bench that is buried in that room under bins and bags of fabric that I will sell on Facebook Marketplace. I've had it for years. I love that bench. Absolutely love that bench. It came from Pier 1 years ago. It's a good bench. I've had it for so long, but literally I've not used it since we have moved in this house probably 4 or 5 years ago. It just sits in the room. So I'm going to give up the bench. No use for it. I need the room for what I'm doing now. We're going to reorient the bed and put it in the room a different way, and then we are going to try to put shelves on the one wall and then maybe 2 shelving units if I need them in front of the 2 windows. So let me show you what we're talking about. So this is 7 feet of wall. Yes, we have a closet there and the door won't close. So the shelving unit, the big one, is going to go right here. We're going to get rid of the bench and try to get all this stuff into the shelving unit. Then in front of those 2 windows, I'm going to do 2 smaller shelving units in front of those windows so I can get all of that stuff out of that corner and get it organized. And the bed goes this way. So we are going to reorient the bed and have it go this way and hope that this door does not interfere with that. So that is the plan, and I'm bringing you with me. So you get to watch this mess, hopefully get more organized. So here we go. First things first, I got to clear out that room. Now, I am going to warn you, the lighting in this room is terrible because the lighting is warm lighting and the paint on the wall is also warm. So I apologize for the terrible lighting in this room. I'm not going to move a light, but it is what it is. At some point I did start to try to reorganize these bins. Like I have that bin back there where I started putting all denim jeans. So now I have one bin marked with just jeans. Then I have a pile here on the floor that is all jackets and blazers. And then I got interrupted and had to go do something else because I think Austin came home, or my son came over. That's what it was. So yeah. So at this point, I'm going to start trying to just pull everything out. How did I get here? I have a broken mannequin. I don't want her to be broken. I've tried to fix her. But the little slidey things that slide onto here are plastic and they wore off. And now they don't want to stay in the little slots. But I'm determined someday I'm going to fix this. Lies. Photography gear, anybody? In case nobody told you, time wounds all heals. Get it? All right. I have like 98% of stuff out of the room. Next is get the bench out of the room, take out this stuff from underneath the bed, and rotate the bed. And this is what the room looks like without all the crap. Ta-da! So this is my favorite bench. It is solid, one-piece metal bench. I bought this years ago at Pier 1. When I saw it, I fell in love with it, and it looked beautiful in my entryway of my beautiful brick ranch house that I had with my ex-husband, with a big palm tree on the side and little palm pillow, so where people could walk in the house and sit down to take off their shoes. I love her, but she has to go, and I'm really sad about that. Okay, now it's time to rotate the bed. It's on wheels, but the headboard is not going to allow me to just rotate it. Okay, we're gonna try to rotate. Ugh, that's not gonna work. All right, let's take it apart. Almost there. I think I got it. I gotta have to go upright. Almost there. I hope this is entertaining for all of you. Ta-da! Before I put this back together, okay, my shelves are going to stick out 15.5 inches. Box space. Oh, I mean, yep, right there. That's it. Box space. And down you go. Boom. Ta-da! Yay! And now, unfortunately, it's probably 10:15, and it's a work night, so I have to get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work tomorrow. And of course, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I want to stay home and fix up my room. This is as far as it gets for tonight, so stay tuned. And look what I did. That light is on. I have to go over there to turn it off. I can't go around the table. I can't go under the table. I can't go around the table that way. So I'm gonna have to go over the table. This should be fun. And for your entertaining and enjoyment, I will film this. You're welcome. Perfect 10 landing. Good night.
The next day.
She's beaut, Clark. She's gonna be a real party, Clark. Okay. Gotta get these out.
Have you introduced the people to your new
Not yet.
new acquisition? Of,
well, I told them about it,
okay.
and I'm most likely gonna put up a picture
Put up a picture.
during the intro.
So we initially didn't pay attention to the directions and try to do these things as the horizontal pieces till we realized it didn't work that way. And we reflected back on a photo so that these things go
Long ways.
horizontal and those are your vertical uprights.
Yeah, we thought these were the verticals.
Correct.
I gotta get my hammer. Hold on to that. You got it?
Yep, get your baby hammer.
My little baby hammer. He's cute. He gets the job done.
It's not about size, it's how you use it, right?
That's right. All right, now we need, it's not that kind of channel. All right, now I need one of these that doesn't have, oh, right behind you. So I put this down and then put the pegs in, you think, right?
I would put the pegs in first.
Well, I don't know if I have enough. Let me see.
Tell the people we'll be back in a minute.
Okay, we'll be back in a minute. All right, and then I need one here.
There's going to be so much crafty organization in here. It's going to be amazing.
It is. It's gonna be.
Is your Monica getting excited?
Yes.
Or not yet?
My inner Monica.
Yeah. There's going to be like shelving. There might even be shelving over here. It's gonna be great.
Well, what I'd like.
What do you think, honey dog?
Okay, wait a minute.
She don't care.
All right, so one side has pegs and one side does not have pegs on this piece. So I have too many pegs. So I have to take one of these out and this one out. I don't know if it'll come out though.
We have re-engineered. Took off the ends, building the center section all together, and then we'll put the ends on. And hopefully that works.
It seems to make sense to us because it's hard to put these cross pieces in
Yes.
with the pegs in either the sides or in the cross piece, the horizontal pieces.
And we don't have no instruction indications.
But it's Ikea.
Yeah.
So
So all you need is that.
a Fluggenflügen and a Hummelgurmen.
Sure. Short person doing
Tall person stuff.
furniture construction stuff. Then, when this is all done, the real fun starts.
Yeah.
And you get to monetize your storage stuff. Look at you. I like it. Good job.
And now, Mr. Austin wants to rotate the bed that way and put the bed in that corner and make it go this way and then put the shelf on this wall. We're going to see how that's going to go.
I mean, we don't have to. If it fits over here, we can leave it over here. What do you think?
I like it! I like it a lot! I can still open the closet door.
Yep. Technically, you can still ingress and egress through here. My goodness, look at all that storage. Okay. So this is going to be your project for the rest of the night? And probably all day tomorrow?
We can go this way just a little bit more. See, when you have no upper arm strength, but you got tree trunk thighs, thick thighs, baby.
Uh-huh.
And I can still get in the light switch.
I like it.
I'll just have to maybe keep this one open or maybe just put like a,
Half.
yeah, like a plastic bin or something. Because I can't reach, I mean, I could, yeah, I can reach behind, so that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's so pretty, so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
Okay, that's when I leave. Goodbye.
And now we start bin by bin. I have rubber bands. We're gonna do rolls of fabric, and we're gonna put them nice and neat. That way we can see what we have. So here we go. So that's all I'm gonna be doing is just banding and piling, and banding and piling. Here we go. That's it. We'll be back in a little bit when you see any, so I can show you my progress. All right, one bin down. Couple more to go. Okay, just a little progress update. So I haven't been able to get to my other big bin of fabric. So I'm just pulling bins and putting it where it belongs. So I have denim jackets here, men's jeans. This is uncut clothing to use as fabric. This is like scarves, pillow covers, things like that. This is cut fabric. This is cut denim, and that is uncut fabric. So I now have a bin of denim and belts to go through, which is over here. And guess what? I'm able to keep my bench. I'm able to keep my bench. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm just going to continue on. And another one bites the dust. This was the big bin of fabric that I wanted to get to. Whew. That's my medium bin. I have a larger bin in the other room that's buried. And it's going to take me a while to get to that one, I think. But I'm going to have to get to it soon. And what is organization without a label maker? That's just a fail. Gotta have the label maker. Medium bin, empty. Oh, what a space saver. I am so pleased with how this is looking. This is awesome.
The next day.
Good morning. It is the next day. I did what I could last night until I just got tired. So I am back, and I brought my ring light in so we could have better lighting in this room because it's just so terrible. As a former photographer, I hate warm photos. I like a much cooler look. I feel like it's more natural, like your whites are white, they're not orange or peach. Anyway, I digress. But yes, so far, I just did 2 more large thrift bags, which was from my thrift haul that I recently did. And many of the items that I sourced are meant to be used as fabric. So I have like, each cube is set up for what my intended purpose is for the garments, either to upcycle or use as upcycled material. So that's where I am. So not all of this is like actually like fabric. I'm gonna say at this point about half of it is clothing that I sourced for the fabric, and it is not cut yet. So I'm grouping those together. And then I have linens like up in the corner. I have scarves next to that, scarves, pillowcases, things like that. Curtains are also in with the linens. And then like the next row down is fabric that I've already cut into. I've got vintage fabric on the bottom that has not been cut. And then larger bolts of modern fabric up above that. My leather and suede is going to go there, even though that one skirt is not really leather, but it's leather-like. I'm going to have a cubby for fur. I don't know. I still have more to do. I have a giant bin in the other room of just fabric that I've had for years. Don't know if it's going to fit. I hope I don't run out of room. I don't know what I'll do if I run out of room. So, continuing on. So I have this thing, and clearly it's from a costume, but like, I don't know if there's anything I can really do with this. I don't know. I pick up things and I'm like, oh, I could use that for something, but I usually never know at the time what I'm going to use it for. So, hopefully I can bring myself to purge some of this stuff. I definitely have a lot of clothes that I'm going to purge, that I'm not going to use for fabric. I have to figure out how to do that. Another couple bins within bins and that I've tried to organize as best as I can. So now we're gonna knock out this bin, and then my giant bin is coming in. Okay, here comes the big bin. This is fabric that I have literally been collecting my whole life. I have so much stuff in here that I've had forever. This is where it started. All right, let's get this one organized. I want to get this done before I get this little bin done because a lot of this is already organized. Like this is all small scraps, and I've already bagged them and organize them in a way that I can see. So I'm going to hold off on this because I don't think I want to reorganize this just yet. So I'm going to hold off, and then I have all these denim scraps. And I need a container like this to put all my denim scraps in because I don't want to put them on the shelf, which I kind of started doing because I think it's just going to be a mess. So yeah, I'm going to hold off on that last bin. And we're gonna set this one aside for right now, and I'm gonna work on this big bin, and then maybe I can figure out reuse, be able to organize my clothes that I want to get rid of or sell or whatever. So, okay, big bin is done. I have some pieces that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I have a pile over there that I'm going to get rid of. So I have a scrap bag, and then I have all these little bags of scraps, which no longer fit in this bin. I think I'm going to use this bin as my scrap bin because my bag that I have is huge. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This is my scrap bag. This is my scraps that I have added, and this is also vintage scraps that I pulled out of the Benzo fabric saga. So I think for right now, I'm just going to put that in there. We're going to put these in here. Here's another bag of scraps. Here's some more scraps. Yeah, I'm just going to see if I can stick these in a little bag, and I will sort through this maybe at a later time. Not sure where to put these because these are little applique panels. So I have the fairies, which I plan on keeping. I have carousel horses, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Do I put those on a denim jacket? I only have one horse and one cat. So I don't know. Do I do a sweatshirt? Would anybody be interested? I don't know. I thought they were cute and pretty. And then I have this Glamour Girls little tiny piece of fabric that I got in Arizona. She's cute. I wish there was more, but that doesn't always happen. I'm not sure where to categorize these items. So I'm going to set these aside for right now. And then I have this bag of red, stretchy, sparkly fabric. I think it's just a bunch of scraps. So I'm going to put that back in there. So I emptied one bin, filled up another, and emptied a small one. So sometimes it's just about moving them from one place to another. Okay, so now that this bin is empty, which I had started on earlier, I am now going to use this bin for my denim scraps because I have way too many scraps to try to fit in this cubby. And there's like a bunch of little pieces and medium pieces and all different sizes. So I have more of these containers that I get from Aldi when I purchase the lunch meat. And I save every single one of them because these are great to reuse and put scraps or findings or whatever in them. So yeah, I'm going to use this bin for my denim scraps and hope that it doesn't overflow. And found another small bin of tiny denim scraps. So these are all just going to go in here. Just keep them all together. Oh, that's a mess. These, Ziploc bag. Now I have a free bin. Here's another one. All right, let's get another one. Okay, more progress. Have quilt up there, put hats up there. That is fur. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that. I might need a bigger basket. Added leather suede here. I've got flannels over here, sweatshirts. This is stuff that is like to be upcycled. I don't want to switch it and keep those together for now. I just want to get stuff put away, and then if I need to move it, I can move it. But more progress. More bins and bags being eliminated, and then reorganizing denim scraps and regular scraps, at least for now. And here is the progress that I'm making in the other room. If you remember, this was piled high and getting there. Look, there's hardly anything underneath the table anymore. This is my summer clothes I need to sort through. This whole bin underneath is like costumey stuff. Not sure what's in that. I know that's stuff that I need to get rid of. So there are going to be bags of things that are going to be donated or sold as a bundle. But working on it, working on it, working on it. Okay, it is later in the day. We got cleaned up and met my son for some brunch this afternoon. And now I am back at it. I've brought up like 3 or 4 boxes from downstairs in the living room because I had no room in the other room or in here. So I brought a few small boxes up, got those organized. It was mostly phone parts for my phone purses. And now we're gonna get into this big bin right here. Some of this is for upcycle, and I think some of this might be for sale. I'm not sure. But there is more progress behind me. Starting to get full. I'm getting a little scared. Okay, I got a lot done, as you can see behind me. I have a lot of empty totes and a lot of empty boxes. And I've slowed down and lost momentum because now I've come to the point of the clothing that I purchased to resell. I have gone through and made a donation box, but I have other stuff that I'm like, don't really just want to donate it back because it's a lot. So what I'm gonna have to do is just really make a commitment to trying to list, like put stuff in bundles of like the same size, the same style, maybe. I would love to just sell like reseller boxes. I can do themes like, you know, spring and summer dresses, like here, various sizes. I could do, here's a box of medium, here's a box of large. I have a whole bin of sequin stuff that I would like to get rid of. And again, I just want to sell stuff at cost. If I could just make my money back or even lose just a little bit instead of just donating it. And that's where I get overwhelmed. The fabric and things that I plan to upcycle, that was the easy part. But now it's going through the clothing and making decisions on things. And it is what it is. I have the same thing with jewelry. I know everybody has said, you know, they have great success on Whatnot. I've tried Whatnot 2 or 3 times and I don't have a huge following. I can't be consistent with my full-time job and then trying to do tutorials and create and edit and post YouTube on the weekends. So I don't know if I need to hire somebody to list for me. Yes, this is the point of death pile overload, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, it is the next day and I'm a little more refreshed. My brain is thinking a little more clearly. Actually, yesterday, which was Monday, today is Tuesday, so it's 2 days after. I belong to a very supportive group. It is on the school app. It is called the Refashion Rebels. And it's a great group for support, community, and accountability. And the wonderful owner of that group, Melody Wildman, made a comment to me, and I had to admit that she was right. I said something about my sequin pieces, they won't sell, they're now sitting in a tote, blah, blah, blah. She asked if they were listed. I was like, no. She goes, well, they're not going to sell sitting in a tote now, are they? And I was like, you're right. So I stayed up late the other night, Sunday night, and I just took pictures and listed all my sequin pieces on my DePop. And I ended up the next day selling 2 of them. So then that motivated me. I grabbed another bin. I started pulling out stuff that I thought like would sell well. I sold a PVC corset like right away. I got an offer for another sequin piece, but she didn't pay for it. I accepted the offer, but she didn't pay for it. I think she canceled the order because it's no longer showing up in my inbox. So today is Tuesday. It's now 2 days later. So now I am motivated. So now I have a system for listing things. So let me show you what I've done. So I reused the bins that I emptied. So this bin is all sequin pieces. This bin is all belts. This is all purses. This is all vintage hats. I think I'm gonna do an Etsy shop for the vintage hats. I don't think those will sell well on Depop. Most of this basket is all vintage. So I have those all sorted. Not sure where I'm going to sell those. I may do like large vintage lots or try to sell it off as like one whole lot. I don't know. I mean, because it's a lot. That is a box of stuff that I have already posted on DePop before and it didn't sell. So I'm not sure what to do with that yet. So that's sitting there. That is a donation box. Now in my main craft room, the bottom bin that used to be fabric that I now put on the shelf, that's all my scraps. The next one up is all like doilies and lace and trim for like boho stuff. And then that bin is denim that has been cut up. Any denim that is on the shelf has not been cut. So this is like my denim scraps. Okay, now I have all my bins and baskets underneath of my table. So this is clothing that I need to go through and start listing. This one's blazers. That one still needs sorted. This is a bunch of random stuff, mostly costumes. I think those will sell well on Depop, except for those boots. And then this bin back there is all leather, suede, and fur. Now, as I list something, I put it in this bin. Whether I put it on Facebook Marketplace or Depop, that way I know that it's been listed, and then I'll know where to find it. And then this bottom bin here is also a bin of clothing that I will need to go through and list. So hopefully this system works. It feels good right now. Getting the 3 sales on Depop like really motivated me because I don't know how many times I have listed stuff, whether it's eBay, my Poshmark has been dead forever. My Depop actually had been dead for quite some time. I was posting my upcycle creations on there and nothing was selling. But I think it's this time of year that people are purchasing, whether they see something that they want and they tell, their mom, hey, I want this for Christmas. Can you get this for me? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Doesn't matter. As long as it goes away. The next thing that I want to work on once I get this purged or most of it purged or donated, I want to start on the closets. The closet in that other room is full of costume stuff. May or may not be the right time to sell this time of year. I don't know. But I'm going to put a few things up and see how that goes. We aren't even going to talk about the mess that's downstairs. I have a lot of like vintage craft stuff that was given to me from the remnants of an estate sale. I've posted some lots on eBay and nothing. I've got nothing. I've posted some of the, I've measured and pictured, photographed some of the fabric that I had that was printed, and maybe like 1 or 2 of them have sold. So the fabric isn't selling. I think because most of it is polyester and a lot of people don't want polyester. They do have some prints on some of them. There are like scraps of linen. There's a whole bin that's nothing but scraps. Now, there is a fashion school near here. I have thought about, once I get a chance, to go through those bins and make boxes, utilizing the empty boxes that I emptied, and going through, making sure that there's nothing else in there that like I want to maybe use for myself, because I have dipped into those bins for certain projects. Make sure there's nothing else that I want to use, and maybe see if the fashion school here would take it, whether it's for them to practice on something or make something, make a modern item with vintage fabric, or make a vintage, a new vintage style item with vintage fabric. I don't know. So I have to find somebody or some way to get in touch with the fashion school. The craft items, I have those separated out. And there is a craft reuse store that opened here in Columbus recently. Unfortunately, they are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, which are the days that I'm off. So it's been very hard for me to be able to take that stuff to the craft reuse store to donate for them to sell. So I don't know. Another option that I have is to try to post some of that stuff on like Facebook, what are they called? Facebook, like free groups or whatever. Basically, they're a buy nothing, sell nothing group. So if somebody has something that they just want to get rid of, they don't want to bother listing it on Marketplace and dealing with that, they'll just put it up for free. Here's the address. It's sitting on my porch. Come and take it. First come, first serve. So I've seen those that I can use to purge. I have tried fabric destash groups. Many of them have all different rules, which I respect. I get that. You got to have rules. But many of them, you have to have the sell button. And for some reason, I don't have a sell button where it lists it like a listing. You can't just like post pictures, describe the item, put a price, here's my payments, blah, 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 and go from there. You have to have the sell button or you can't post. So I'm in some of those groups and I can't post. There's one where you don't have to have the sell button, and I posted in there. I did a bunch of Christmas stuff. Maybe that's because it was in like late summer, but I did sell some Christmas stuff. Maybe it'll sell better right now. Maybe it's too late. I don't know. My brain is just all over the place sometimes, and I'm just trying to organize everything that needs to be done, and it's really, really hard sometimes. You know, I do need chill time sometimes, where it's like, yeah, I should be doing something, but I'm not, because I don't feel like it and I'm not motivated. And that happens because we do have to take time for our mental health as well. So I'm going to finish out this video. So that is my organization video. So I hope this gave you some ideas on maybe how to organize your own items. You know, I don't know. If you have any other better ideas as far as like purging the clothing, places to sell, you know, like fashion boxes or something like that, let me know in the comments. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course. Be sure to check out any of my other videos here on the channel. I do estate sale escapades. I do upcycle tutorials. I do multiple genres. I don't really stick with one genre. I'm trying to, you know, appeal to a wider audience. And I make whatever inspires me. So if I see something and I see potential in it, I'll make it into something. And it's not specifically one genre. So until next time, as always, love, peace, thrift, and now purge. And we'll catch you on the flip side.